Talk about the season ahead, Mario. Let's talk about everything that we're looking forward to. We've, of course, got the kick-off game for us. We've got Mallorca against Barcelona. But when it comes to this season, let's take a little look at Barcelona and what we're expecting from them after such a fantastic year last year.
To be honest, I expect the same, Ale and Kay. I think they are the favorites. They have an amazing team. I like the signing of Joan Garcia, of Marcus Rashford. I will like to see how Araujo performed this year, that it looks like he's going to play more minutes. Let's see, because Íñigo Martínez for me last season was one of the best central defender of the season. But I expect the same. They are scoring goals, they are attacking, they are not going to change. Let's see how they do the high line, defensive line. But I love what I'm watching from Barcelona during this pre-season, and I expect the same. I think they are going to win the La Liga. Let's see if the injuries and this kind of thing that can happen during the season respect them. But for me, they are the favorites.
It's interesting there with the defensive point of view, because that's something that Mac has brought up on the show in the preview in La Liga for the season ahead, in that you just mentioned Íñigo Martínez. He's gone. It's not like other defenders are coming in here. They're going to be reinforcing from within. Is that a concern for you?
Well, while I don't mind that Barcelona went and got Marcus Rashford, I actually do mind the fact that they went to get Marcus Rashford instead of a defender, instead of a player that could potentially cover a hole just in case Íñigo Martínez walked out the door, or just in case somebody got injured, or just in case Ronald Araujo was not at the level that they expect him to be. Ronald Araujo had a really difficult season last year for Barcelona, and he has to be exponentially better than he was last season if indeed they're going to achieve the things that they want to achieve. It's going to be critically important for Ronald Araujo to be at his best, but I do agree with Mario that you look at this Barcelona team and it's difficult to make an argument against them. You think of Pau Cubarsí, 1 year of more experience, 1 year in which he has continued to grow up as a player. Gavi coming back from injury, from an ACL injury, so he's going to be available for them. You have that depth in numbers with Marcus Rashford coming on the left-hand side. If you get the same sort of performances from Rafinha, if you get the same sort of season from Lamine Yamal, if whenever Lewandowski comes back from injury, he's scoring goals, and they got the strength that they have through the midfield, there's a lot to like. In fact, there's a lot to love about Barcelona, and so I'm willing to overlook the potential lack of performance of Ronald Araujo and think that Barcelona should be the favorites coming into the season.
What do you think about the signing of Joan Garcia, goalkeeper coming in there, Mario?
Well, talking about the player, it's an amazing signing because he's young, he can play a lot of years. He did an amazing season in Espanyol, but it's not the same to play in Espanyol that to play in Barcelona, that they can only shoot you once in a match and you have to save. But talking about the economic side, with all the problems that Barcelona has, it's amazing that you spend this kind of money in one player when you have another keepers available, and we are 2 days ago from the match and you don't know if he's going to be able to play. So, but from the player side, and I think he's an amazing goalkeeper. The last season did an amazing season, and let's see what he can do in Barcelona, because it's not the same pressure, but I think it's a good sign.
I think to the point that Mario's making in regards to the goalkeeping situation, the fact that they are depending upon Ter Stegen having the injury and the surgery that he had, and the fact that he had to come out and say, yeah, I'm going to be out for 4 months, so therefore La Liga will then allow Joan Garcia to be registered. That kind of tells you that this decision-making process for Barcelona is all over the place. Marcus Rashford still not registered. Is this something that is going to work out for Barcelona? We assume. Are we assuming?
Yeah.
Or is it hoping for Barcelona?
But we don't know.
But we don't know for certain. And so, yeah, it's hard to overlook those things off the field for Barcelona, and I think the only way that you can overlook those things is by focusing on what happens on the field. And on the field, they continue to be a really exciting team, a really young team, and a team that is going to score goals. And it comes natural for them to score goals, and they're going to score more than other teams starting on Saturday.
When it comes to Liga title predictions, Maka, funnily enough, has gone for Real Madrid this season. Now, when he says why he picks Real Madrid, he said because last year one of their biggest problems was the defence, and they have strengthened the defence this season, and he thinks that that's going to be enough and the factor that will help them get some silverware this season. Can you see it his way?
Well, I see favorite Barcelona. I said second position Atletico because I think Real Madrid.
Oh.
No, I'm with
we'll
Maca
get
that the defensive line is improving because Hausen, Carreras, and now for me the best signings will be if Militao and Carvajal, they are close to the level they were before they get injured. They are amazing players. They are one of the best defenders in the world. Militao for me is the best one, better than Rudiger and than other ones, than Hausen. He's an amazing player. Carvajal for me is the best right back in the world with Agraf from PSG. And I'm with Maca in that side. But from the other point of view, I saw in the FIFA World Cup that they were struggling. Xabi Alonso wants to press high all the players. If he's able to convince Vini, to convince Mbappe to do that every match, not only in the important matches, maybe they will have a chance. But I have my doubts with
You
him.
have your doubts that he'll be able to convince them. Do you think they're going to listen to him and do what he expects of them?
They are going to listen because he's the coach, but I don't know if they are going to do what they are listen. You know, that are my concerns with Real Madrid. I don't think they are prepared. These kind of players that they are playing 4 or 5 years, the same style, waiting, having more the ball than not running behind the ball. And Xabi Alonso wants to press high every single second. I don't know if they are going to be.
And while that's a very valid point, I just don't see Mbappe and Vini running around pressing higher up the field. Let's say that indeed you get that pressing from Vini and from Mbappe, and that's a big assumption. But let's say that happens. They still haven't addressed what happens in the midfield. One of the big things that people and fans and pundits all over the world have been talking about Real Madrid last season in terms of the shortcomings was, well, where's Toni Kroos? Toni Kroos here. Is he coming to Mallorca? Is he? Where is Toni Kroos? And the truth is that Toni Kroos is not playing for Real Madrid anymore, and they haven't addressed that just yet. And I think a player, while we can focus on Vini and Mbappe, a player that is going to be critically important for the success of Real Madrid in the eyes of Xabi Alonso is Tchouaméni. Yeah. He thinks, Xabi Alonso thinks, I don't think, but Xabi Alonso thinks that Tchouaméni can be the guy that with his athleticism is able to cover a lot of ground and still be a good passer of the ball and tempo setter for Real Madrid. I don't think that's in his game. I don't think those are the things that he does well. He's not a tempo setter. He's a guy that runs around, and when he runs around, he gets himself out of position and he gets a team disorganized. So even if Vini and Mbappe press the ball, the second line, once they break through that initial pressure, is that second line organized enough to where you stop counterattacking opportunities? I think that's where Real Madrid get exposed.
Yes, Ale, but I understand the point from Xavi because you have these kind of players like Mbappe, like Vini, like Brahim, like Mastantuono. The closer they are from the opening goal is better. So I prefer to press the ball high pressure, steal the ball close to the other goal and score or attack faster because they don't have the talent in the midfield that they were used to with Kroos, with Modric. Tchouaméni, I think he looks like he's Casemiro, no? But Ceballos, Güler, they will have to move forward to give a step up and show that they can do that. Because I think there is no player like Kroos and Modric in the world right now.
And on top of that, you're going to have players missing. Because of injuries. And already to start out the season. So Jude Bellingham, because of the shoulder surgery that they chose to do post-Club World Cup, he is going to be gone for a while. And that creates yet another issue for Xabi Alonso. So I'm all for pressing higher up the field, as long as the front two are willing to do that, and as long as that second line is also willing to press together. If they do that, maybe they have a chance. I just don't see that Real Madrid have really made the improvements that they need to make in order to challenge for the title.
So you've both got your questions about Real Madrid. You're both picking Barcelona to win the title this season. However, you're both picking Kylian Mbappe to finish as top scorer. So tell us about your thinking there, Mario.
He's an amazing player.
Okay.
Well, Kylian Mbappe is going to score goals. Breaking news, everybody. Kylian Mbappe is going to score goals, but that doesn't mean that Real Madrid is going to win the important games, and that's really what it comes down to. I also think that part of the reason as to why Kylian Mbappe ends up being the top scorer is because Barcelona will score a bunch of goals, but they'll spread those goals around between Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, Marcus Rashford, so on and so forth. Whereas for Real Madrid, I think it's going to be a lot of Mbappe, a little bit of Vini, a little bit of Bellingham, maybe a little bit of Guller or somebody else.
Now, as we just saw, Mario's very confident about Atleti, thinking that they'll finish second behind Barcelona. You've got your doubts about them this season, Ali.
Well, and the doubts are, oh, what a picture that is. Let me just tell you. Good Lord, that is sexy. The doubts about Atletico Madrid are simple because I feel like I've read this book already when it comes to Atletico Madrid. I feel like we have seen this time and time again where they invest the money in players. It feels like it's about that time when they're going to take a real step forward, where they're really going to contend for the title. And the truth is, I just don't think that they're able to translate that into results consistently all the time. They were right there in the race last season, and they fell apart. They fell apart in the second half of the season, and they became non-competitive towards the end of the season, and they were no longer in the picture. They have to stay in this race till the end. And also, you have to ask the question, your boy, your guy, Diego Simeone, right? This is no longer the team, and dare I say with the utmost respect, this is no longer the team of Mario Suárez, or the end con el cuchillo entre los dientes, with the knife between your teeth, and that, we're just gonna grind and fight. No, this is a play-in team. This is a team that have enough players and where they can outplay most teams in La Liga. Is that the approach that they will take in important games? And that is really up to Diego Simeone as to whether he's able to risk it. And I don't think that he is, because that's what we have seen time and time again. He chooses to be conservative.
It seems almost foreign to any Atleti fan to be questioning Diego Simeone. He's obviously a god in those parts for everything he's achieved with Atleti. But there's been big money spent now. Success is expected of this side. They can no longer be the little brother to Real Madrid and Barcelona, surely. He has to be under pressure this season.
Well, if we talk about the economic side, favorites will always be Barcelona and Real Madrid. But Atletico, they are spending money and they have to be every time close. Last season they were fighting until March, and they die in March. So this season they will have to continue fighting and be more close to them and fight for the title. They are not favorites, but they have to fight for the title. And I'm confident this year because they sign a lot of good players. But as Ale said before, to don't be conservative, to play, give a step forward, play pressing. They are trying during the pre-season. I don't know if you watch any match of them. They were trying to press high. Let's see if they will do this when the points, are in the game. But you have Baena, that is an amazing player. You have Almada. You have players to play in the opposite half, closer to the opposite goal. So now we have to be more demanding on the players, be more demanding on Simeone, to don't be so conservative, to play more attacking. And let's see, it will depend on him. But because of that, and because my doubts with the time that Xabi Alonso has to convince the players on his idea, that's why I put Atletico in the second position.
There's a lot of attacking talent for Atletico Madrid. We haven't even mentioned Antoine Griezmann, who has a secondary role now in this team, who'll be coming off the bench and playing just quality minutes in second half minutes. That's where he's going to make his impact. That's how good some of the players that Atletico Madrid have gone and gotten. And so the expectation should be, that's where you need to compete. You need to be willing to get in the faces of Barcelona and in the faces of Real Madrid and go and press. Go and make it uncomfortable for them. If they do that, I think they have enough talent to trouble these teams. But if they take a step back, I think it's too much for them to be able to overtake Real Madrid and Barcelona in particular.
And this will be also, Ale, a good thing for Simeone's perspective of a coach that, look, I'm so intelligent that I need to improve in this side, in the attacking side, to be more offensive. Defensively, we know that you are one of the best coaches in the world. But now is your time to give more in attack. Because you have the players to do. Maybe in the past with us, like you said, we don't have that kind of talent that the players that right now they have. And we won titles because we knew that we were or Real Madrid and Barcelona were better players than us. But now you have a lot of talent to play, not better, to play, to win matches, to go to play, to face Real Madrid and Barcelona, look into the eyes and say, we are going to win you. Now is the time.
We are going
all right,
to find
I'm
out.
excited.
Like that. You're excited enough to change it to second?
No, not that excited, no.
Neither was I. My predictions are very similar to the guys, actually. I've got Barcelona winning the title.
Oh,
Why this
wait a minute.
picture?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
From the Borough Babe days.
Wait a minute.
Yes. Kylian Mbappe, top scorer, same, but I'm going for Pedri. as
Oh,
player
of the year. Well, that's a soft spot for me right there.
So let's get out of this because nobody wants to see that picture any
Okay.
longer.
All right.
Dan, we've got lots to do out here in Mallorca. We're going to have to go do it.
Yeah,
See you
of course you are.
later.
What, midnight? Oh, it's young.
It begins,
Here we
it
go.
begins.
Here we go. Mario will know the spots. Fantastic. Have a great night, guys. Hopefully you'll see the sun rise. Just a reminder, of course, that Ali and Kay and Mario will be bringing you everything you need to know from Mallorca ahead of that big game against Barcelona over the next 48 hours live here on ESPN FC. Our coverage starts 1 p.m. Eastern on the Saturday, and then, of course, wraparound coverage on Sunday as well of Espanyol against Atleti.